Welcome back, students. So we are doing the prose from module 1, Dancing in the Rain, written by Azim Hashim Premji. So in the previous class we have learned from an anecdote given by Azim Premji about a girl who is studying in class 9. The way she spends her whole day occupied with her studies, like she attends her morning study and then the school and then the tuition for IIT and then again back at home doing her homework. So this appears quite pathetic to Azim Premji, and he is curious to know about the girl's playtime. So he asks her like this. The text: I asked her when she gets time to play. She replied that she does not play. She gets half an hour of free time each day, which she spends watching her favorite serial on television. She also added that board exams and entrance exams are very important and that you only get one chance. Is the condition of this child different from that of the child of the Zari factory? Quite natural, isn't it? Looking at this busy day of a girl who is just studying in 9th class, Azim Premji is quite curious to know, like, does the girl has any time to play? Is she not interested to spend her day in a normal way, playing with her friends, meeting people? And when he asked the same thing to the girl, she replied that she doesn't play. She gets just about half an hour time of free time, which she spends in watching TV. And then again she is back to her work, the school work, and she is also committed to her work. She doesn't complain. She says, yes, I have accepted the way I have to, because the boards are very important, the entrance exams are very important, and there's only one chance to crack the exam. Hence, she doesn't want to fall back in the race. She is always running her race to reach her goal. So Azim Premji compares this situation of the girl to that of the child labor in Zari factory. Isn't that the life of this girl is similar to the children who are employed in the Zari factory? They are deprived of education and they are working the whole day in the Zari factory. But this girl, though she is getting educated, is not less than that of the child labor. When I look at children, I wonder whether they have time to play with friends, to meet interesting people, to explore the world, and to follow their curiosity. When the first monsoon showers begin, I would think that the streets will be full of children rushing headlong into the rain, dancing and playing. However, I think today the rains fall on empty streets. What a contrast. Azim Premji wonders, when he had this experience, this conversation with the girl, he started wondering whether the children get time to play. The children who are working in the Zari factory, or as child labor, or the children in the metropolitan schools attending their school, such a busy day of life. He wonders whether children get time to play, to meet people, to explore this beautiful world, to follow their curiosity. The children are born with a sort of curiosity, but are these children able to seek? Are they able to follow their curiosity? And he wonders, when the first monsoon begins, you all must be very enjoy the rain, the first rain of the summer. As the summer ends, the monsoon showers begin, and it's such a beautiful atmosphere. The nature looks so beautiful, and you are all eager to rush to the empty streets and enjoy dancing in the rain. So that is how childhood is expected. The children should be able to enjoy the beauty of the nature in all its colors. So here, Azim Premji wonders whether these children who are running a race, a marathon, to earn their score, to reach their goals, are they ever able to enjoy that beautiful rain, the first monsoon showers, to go onto the streets and just enjoy dancing in the rain. Well, that's quite ironic. He wonders, he feels that now the streets must be empty. The monsoon showers must be falling on the empty streets. Why? Why the streets are empty? Where the children have gone? The children are busy with their work, with their school work, with their entrance exams, with their board exams. Hence, they are not able to enjoy that beauty of the first monsoon rain. Such a pathetic situation. This, my friend, is the new Indian reality in our villages, slums, and in metropolitan high rises. Whatever the reasons, poverty, societal aspiration, apathetic individuals and organization, or just the burden of circumstances, the reality is that our children are straight-jacketed. This, my friend, he's explaining the situation to the reader that this is the reality, not only in villages, slums, but also in metropolitan high-rises. We see the children who come from the poor community suffering poverty, malnutrition, child labor, and many other absurdities and adversities of life. But do you think the children living in metropolitan cities are happy? No, they are not less than, they are not suffering less than those of the children of slums. Whatever the reasons, what could be the reasons? Is it poverty or the social aspiration, societal aspiration, apathetic individuals and organizations? Whatever may be the reason, whether it is the societal conditioning, the way the children have to be, they have to be reared, they have to be brought up in a way, they have to be they have to run for their goals, they have to run a marathon for their goals, or whether it is an apathetic individual, whether it is the indifference of the individuals like parents, the teachers, the organization, that they never bother to look into the freedom of the children. The reality, whatever may be the reason, the reality is that the children are straight-jacketed. Straight-jacketed. What do you mean by the word straight-jacketed? It is a situation of restricted freedom. Children are not given their due freedom to live their life the way they want. They are given certain norms, principles, rules with which they have to pass on their days until they achieve their goals. So that's all for today.